Nobody knows what happened to the Yuba County Five, and that is the problem. In 1978, Ted Weiher watched a college basketball game in Chico, California with 4 friends, and then the car they left in was found 68 miles off course, unlocked, out of gas, with no one inside, its 4 occupants scattered across a mountain the search dogs never tracked them onto. And that is the problem. Ted Weiher was 32. Jack Madruga was 30, and it was his car, a 1969 Mercury Montego, brown, the kind of car a careful man kept clean. Bill Sterling was 29. Jackie Huett was 24. Gary Mathias was 25, the newest of the group, recently discharged from a psychiatric hospital. All 5 had developmental disabilities. All 5 were regulars at the Gateway Project's day program in Yuba City. On February 24, 1978, they drove 60 miles to Chico State to watch a basketball game, something they did most weekends. They left the gym around 9:15 p.m. Yuba City was 60 miles south. Home was a straight shot down Highway 99. They never arrived. At 4 a.m., a snowplow driver found Madruga's Montego stuck in snow on a logging road near Rogers Cow Camp in the Plumas National Forest, 70 miles in the wrong direction at 5,700 feet elevation. The doors were unlocked. The keys were in the ignition. There was no damage to the car, no sign it had been forced off the road. The gas tank was empty, but investigators later determined it hadn't run dry, it had been turned off, or simply stopped, with fuel still reachable in the line. Inside were the men's jackets. February nights at that elevation dropped below 20 degrees. They walked out into the snow without their coats. The first search began that morning and lasted a week. Bloodhounds worked the tire tracks and lost the scent almost immediately past the car. Helicopters swept the ridgelines. Searchers checked the cow camp cabins nearby, locked, stocked with firewood, blankets, canned food, and found nothing. No footprints held in the snow long enough to lead anywhere. The search was called off with 4 men still missing and 1 clue. The car sat 2 miles from a manned ranger station, and less than half a mile from at least one stocked cabin the men apparently never reached, or reached and left. The leading theory was straightforward. Madruga, an unconfident night driver, took a wrong turn in fog or dark, panicked when the car got stuck, and the group, disoriented, tried to walk out and froze. It explained the location. It explained the cold. It did not explain the coats left behind, and it did not explain what came next. Then in June, a hunter found Ted Weiher's body in a trailer at the cow camp, the very cabin searchers had checked in February. He was 3/4 of a mile from the car. He'd survived for weeks. His body had lost nearly 100 pounds. He was wearing multiple pairs of socks on his hands like mittens, and layers of women's clothing found in the trailer, but no shoes. There was food in the trailer, cans of it, untouched. There were matches. The wood stove had never been lit. A man capable of layering socks onto his hands for warmth did not eat the food 3 feet away and did not strike a single match. Searchers had walked past that trailer in February and seen no sign of him, because at the time, he may not have been there yet, which means for days or weeks after the car stopped, at least one of the 5 was still moving through that forest, alive, while helicopters searched overhead and found nothing. Remember the running theory, the wrong turn, the panic, the freeze. It doesn't survive Weiher. A disoriented man does not outwalk a week-long air search only to starve in a cabin stocked with the exact things that would have saved him. Bill Sterling's remains turned up nearby that August. Jackie Huett's were found in 1979, less than a mile from the car. Each recovery only widened the gap between the timeline and the evidence. Bodies weeks or months apart, in terrain crossed and recrossed by search teams, none of them near shelter when help was closest, one of them inside shelter and still not saved by it. Gary Mathias was never found. Not that year, not in any year since. No remains, no clothing, no trace in a forest searched by hundreds of people and dogs. Whatever he knew about those first hours off Highway 99 went with him, wherever he is. The case remains open with the California Department of Justice. No new evidence has surfaced in over 4 decades. The mountain gave up 4 men and kept its silence about the 5th. What made five men on a road they knew turn onto one they didn't and never turn back?